Hey guys, it's Tandy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today's video, I will be teaching you guys how to make a YouTube video from start to finish. So without any further ado, let's go on with today's video. So in this video, I'll be talking about a lot of different things. So if you don't want to watch the whole thing and you have something in specific that you came to this video to learn about, here are some timestamps so you know exactly what I'll be talking about when. First thing I'll be talking about is equipment. So when you're filming a YouTube video, the first thing you need is a device to film it on. So I recommend using a phone, iPad, or camera. Although if you're a beginner or if you are not sure whether you want to keep doing this YouTube thing, I don't recommend going ahead and buying like a $500 camera. I personally do not use a camera to film my videos. I use my phone, which right now it is the iPhone X, but my first two videos were filmed actually on an iPad mini 4, and my third video was filmed on an iPhone 7. These past couple of videos have been filmed on this new phone of mine, but that just goes to show that you can use any type of device to make a really good quality video. In order to make sure that your video is the best quality, make sure that you use the back camera if it is possible. My first 4 videos were filmed using the front camera, but recently I discovered that using the back camera makes your videos way more high quality and it's just better in general. The piece of equipment you need is lighting. I use a ring light that I got off of Amazon. I'll make sure to link it down below. Here's a picture of what mine looks like. Basically I use it so that I can just like have like light like on my face. Well, no, that's what a ring light is for, but I prefer using a ring light more than natural lighting because I can film at any time of day that I want because I have a ring light. But if you don't want to go ahead and invest in a ring light, that's totally understandable. You can use natural lighting, which if you're going to be using natural lighting, I do recommend filming before 12 noon, only so that the light is the best possible light that it can be. It's not really equipment, but like you need a film setup. So for me, I film at the corner of my bed, just on my chair from my desk, and it's just something very simplistic. Make sure it's not too busy when you film it, like your filming setup, because you want people to pay attention mostly to your face and like what you're talking about. Also, I recommend using like something cool in the background. Like for me, it's my LED lights, which right now they're flashing, which is something that I've never really done before in a video. But make sure if you do tend to have something, like if you do choose to have something like that in your background of your video, that's not too distracting. The equipment you need is like an editing device, or you can use your phone. I personally use my iPad to edit. Like I airdrop all the videos I take from my phone to my iPad and edit it from there because it's just like a bigger screen. But if that's not an option for you, you can use the same device that you filmed with to edit, or you can use a computer, which this video is going to be focusing on mostly editing on like iPads or iPhones because I don't really know how to edit on a computer just as yet. But you can use a computer if you're experienced in that type of editing, but feel free to use your phone or your iPad to edit. This piece of equipment is optional and it's a monitor. So if you're going to be using like a back camera, I recommend having some type of device or like mirror so you can see exactly what your phone is filming, because I hate for you guys to film a whole video only to see that it was like focusing on your face. So I use my Apple Watch as a monitor, as you guys can see here. If you see like my past like 4 videos, you can see me like looking at my watch at the end of each clip because that's what I use to start and end the video. But on this thing, I can see my face and see exactly what my phone is capturing. And I feel like you don't have to have like an Apple Watch to do that. Like there's many other ways you can monitor what your phone is filming. So once you figure that out, I recommend definitely having something that does that because it makes your videos way easier to film. Equipment you need when filming a YouTube video is like a planner or notebook to like plan all of your videos. Like right now I'm using this notebook that I got like 2 years ago and it says grand plans on it, which I think is like really cute. And on the inside, I just like plan all my videos. Like right now, this is what I'm reading from for this video. I don't script my videos per se, but I do have points that I like to touch on in each video. Next portion of this video, I'll be talking about how to film your actual video. So you're going to be using that filming setup that we talked about in the last portion of the video. Make sure that when you do your lighting, it complements your skin. Like for me, the LED lights, I only choose colors that I think like look good against my skin. Like I stay away from like yellows and like reds, although I do have this like hot pink thing, but like dark reds and like yellows because I feel like it doesn't really complement my skin tone. So make sure you look into that and see what type of lighting best like complements your skin tone. Also, for the quality of your videos, if you're using a iPad or iPhone, I don't know if it's just on iPhone, but I think if it's on iPad, but you can actually change the exposure of your videos while you're filming it. Basically, if you don't know what exposure is, it's like the brightness of your videos. In order to do that, I'll be inserting a clip on how to change the exposure of your video while you're filming it. This is the second time I'm saying this, but like if you're using natural lighting, make sure to film before 12 noon just so that the lighting is the best that it can be. Make sure that you, when filming your videos, that you plan them beforehand so that they are concise and so that you're just not coming up with points as the video goes on and it looks like messy and unplanned. So this is where the notebook comes in handy. Like I said, I use this notebook to plan my videos. Here is like actually like the points for this video. So yeah, don't make your videos too long or too short because you want people to stay and watch the whole video. If you plan to get like monetized on your videos, which means like making money from YouTube, your videos should be at least like 10 minutes, like at least 10 minutes. That way, once you do get monetized, you can put ads throughout your videos. Right now, I'm not monetized, but I'm making all of my videos at least 10 minutes for the most part, so that once I do get monetized, I can actually put ads during the video, so I can make some money, period. I'm joking, but yeah. Use your back camera if possible, that way that your video has the best quality that it can have. Lastly, make sure you film in clips. That way, you can easily take things out of your video without having like one long 20 minutes filming session. I like to just film my videos in little clips and put them together when I'm editing. For the video, I'll be talking about how to edit your YouTube video. So to edit, I use my iPad, but you can also use your phone to edit as well. And the apps that I'll be talking about in this portion of the video are Apple apps, I believe. They're only available on iPhone. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong when I'm editing. But yeah, so unfortunately, I'm not very skilled in Android like editing quite yet, but once I am, I'll definitely consider making another video to help people who have Androids. I do recommend when you're editing to invest in a good editing software. Personally, I use CapCut Pro, which I know the name doesn't really sound too professional, but it's an amazing, okay, let me stop, it's an amazing editing app. Honestly, like you can edit the whole video from start to finish on CapCut Pro. But if you're not really if you don't really want to spend the money on an app store, on an app from the App Store, you can use iMovie, which is a completely free option that comes on your Apple device. I've had CapCut Pro for a very long time, but I did not start to use it to edit my videos up until like 3 videos ago. But like, honestly, it changed my life. I'm not trying to be dramatic or anything, but literally it is the best editing software. So like, if you can, get it. Next clip, I'll be showing you guys how I edit my videos. Okay, so the first thing I did is open the app iMovie, and then I selected all of the video clips that I made, and I airdropped them from my phone to my iPad so I could edit them. So once I've selected all of them, I hit the button that says Create Movie. After I did that, I scrolled to the part where my intro was, and I hit the plus button and inserted a video, aka my intro. Sorry for the lag, you guys. I recorded this outside and the Wi-Fi was so bad. So after I entered in my intro, I changed the transitions, which is basically how I can like blend and smooth the change from one clip to the next. After putting in my intro, I went to my files and dropped in Springtime Stroll, which is the music that I put behind all of my most recent videos. Then I just muted the part of the music when my intro is playing because my intro is a different song than my background music and we can't have them playing at the same time. And then after I did that, my iPad literally lagged, but basically all I did was go through the entire video and change all of the transitions to the wipe transition. Then I went ahead and selected the actual like video clips and changed the volume because I like to have my music at 100% volume and my videos at 500% volume. So basically all I did at this point was just switch all the transitions and change the volume. I also had to add a second like file of my music because my song is only so long, so I sometimes have to like double up depending on how long the video is. So this was recorded on a completely different day, but I went back into iMovie and I selected that movie that we had edited a bit yesterday. I just hit the edit button and then I was scrolling throughout the entire movie to find the parts where I needed to drop in the screen recordings of the editing that I did the day before. So once I finally found where I was supposed to drop in those videos, I hit the media button, then chose videos, and then dropped in all of my screen recordings. I basically just kept doing that until I had added all of my screen recording clips. And after I was done with that, that was pretty much all I had to do in iMovie. So this is pretty much the end of all the editing that I did for this video in iMovie. Okay, so I saved my iMovie to my camera roll, then I opened the app CuteCut Pro and put in the video that I made on iMovie. Then I basically just scrolled around the entire video until I found the part where I wanted to add my Instagram name. When I did, I hit the plus button and hit text, and then I typed in my Instagram name. Once I was finished, I positioned the text where I wanted it to be, and then I hit the checkmark button at the bottom of the screen. Then I wanted to change how long that my text would show for, so basically just double clicked it and then pulled it over to the right. I then added even more text using the same steps as before. I then positioned the text and changed the color using the little color changer at the bottom of the screen. I then found the part where I wanted to show you guys a picture of my ring light, hit the plus button, selected photo, and chose the photo of my ring light from my camera roll. I then double tapped the image to select it, and then I repositioned it so it was where I wanted it to be. And then I scrolled to a part where I wanted to add another video, so I hit the plus button, selected video, and selected the video of me editing my thumbnail on Lightroom. Once I found the video, I selected choose, and then I positioned it where I wanted it to be, but unfortunately the app kind of messed up, so I had to do a little bit of repositioning until I finally found the place where I wanted my video to be. After finally getting it where I wanted it to be, I scrolled into the video because I needed to add some text, so I scrolled it to the part where I wanted to add the text, and then I hit the plus button and typed in what I wanted the text to say. When I was done typing, I positioned the text where I wanted it to be, and then I changed the color. After that, I pretty much just reviewed the video and recorded all of the voiceovers for the CuteCut Pro portions, and then that's pretty much all for how I edit a video. For the fourth portion of this video, I'll be talking about graphics, in specific thumbnails. So basically, if you don't know what a thumbnail is, it's that picture that you see before you click on a YouTube video. It's basically what draws attention to your video, and it needs to be very noticeable and very good quality so that people want to click on your video. So next up, I'll be showing you guys how I make my thumbnails using the free app Fonto. Okay, so the very first step you want to go ahead and do when creating a thumbnail is take a video of yourself in many different poses. And you might be like, why do I need to do this? But here's the reasoning. YouTube has a requirement for how many pixels your thumbnail has to be, which actually happens to be the same size as the video itself. So it's just easier just to take a video of yourself so that it's automatically the correct size. So just do many different poses. You've got a lot of options, a lot of variety for thumbnails, and try different positions until you find the one that you like. And then you want to go into your camera roll, select the video that you just recorded, and kind of scroll through it until you find potential thumbnail moments. And once you finally find one, screenshot it and save it for later. I think I did about 2 potential thumbnails from this video, even though it was a 30-second video and did so many poses. Only 2 of them really stood out to me. So once I found that those 2 that I liked, I went into the normal Apple editing thing and I cropped the image. If you're wondering why there's a black square at the top, it's because it says my city on it. So basically cropped the image. Then I went to the app Fonto and I clicked photo albums and chose the image that I screenshotted. You might be like, why do you have 2 of them and why does this one look much brighter? It's because I edited it in Lightroom, which you guys will see me do later in the video. So then I tapped the screen and typed in the text, aka the title, and I just wrote how to make a YouTube video from start to finish. And I used the font Arial Bold Italic, I believe. It comes with the app. And then I went and made the text curved because I like the way it looks on top of my head. And then I kind of positioned it where I thought it would be good. Then I went to style and hit stroke and that gives it kind of an outline. I chose this nice little purple color. I think it looks really cute against my LED lights. And then I went on to the app Safari and looked up some PNGs or like transparent images of pictures that I wanted to be in the thumbnail. And I just found an iMovie one, a CuteCut Pro one, and a Fonto one, and I saved those all to my camera roll, and I hit those 3 lines on the side, hit add image. Well, at first I hit add item, but I was actually supposed to hit add image. There I go. Hit add image, and then I put in all of the photos that I got from the internet. So it turns out the CuteCut Pro one was actually a fake PNG, and it wasn't actually transparent, so I ended up taking it out later, which you guys will see me do. Then I added the Fonto one. And the great thing about PNGs is that the background is not actually supposed to be on the photo. So there, I positioned them, and then I just like put little words of like stuff that I'll be going over in the video, just so like people have an idea of what's going to be talked about. So I did equipment, filming, and then I did one last one that said edit. I chose not to add any strokes, just so that the title could be more prominent. And then I hit the arrow button and hit save image, so that this thumbnail will be saved to my camera roll. For this last portion of the video, I'll be going over apps you definitely need if you are going to be making YouTube videos. Number 1 is Lightroom, and basically what Lightroom is, it's like similar to VSCO, and you can edit photos. I use it to edit my thumbnails. I'll be inserting a clip on how I do that. So the first thing I do is open Lightroom, and once it finally loads, I hit the plus button in the bottom right corner, select from camera roll, and import the screenshot of the thumbnail that I took. And then I go to presets. I use Nancy Hurtado's editing style. It's really bright, and I'll link her video down below so you guys can see how to do it. And then I hit save, and yeah. The second app you need is Fonto, which I use for doing thumbnails, channel banners, and I don't really know how to describe it, but I'll show you guys in this. Okay, so first you open the app Fonto, hit the camera button at the bottom, hit play in images. I chose this white square. I changed the color to this nice little blush pink that I really liked. And then I hit the little rectangle at the top that says 2048 by 2048 to customize image size to 1280 by 720 pixels, which is very, very important because all YouTube videos have to be that size. Anything that goes into YouTube video has to be that size, and thumbnails have to be that size. After that, I hit the button that says use, tap on the screen to add the text, and then I type what I wanted to type in. And after I've typed all of that, I hit layout and move it to the middle, and yeah. And then the next app you need is Documents, which I use to take music from, like, copyright-free music from YouTube and put it into iMovie so I can put it on my videos. And then you need Vaunt, which is like the sister app to Fonto. And basically it's the same thing as Fonto, except you can add text to videos. And then you need iMovie, which is free, comes with all of your Apple devices. Basically, everything on this list is free. Every app that I'm mentioning right now is free, except for this last app, which is CuteCut Pro, which is an amazing editing software that I use alongside iMovie, which, I mean, iMovie can be completely self-sufficient if you want it to, but I just use CuteCut Pro for a little bit of added pizzazz or whatever. But yeah, I believe CuteCut Pro is $5.99 on the App Store, but trust me, it is definitely worth the money. Alright, you guys, unfortunately, this wonderful, very long video has come to an end. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more videos from me, thandiinger. And remember that you guys are beautiful, and don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. Okay, that's enough for me. Bye, guys!